I just think of the significance of being in an incredible culture, playing on an incredible team with incredible teammates, and how different that experience is, even if you are not winning. But to be on a team that has clarity and vision, clarity and purpose, clarity in what great commitment looks like to each other and to themselves. You know, talk about maybe some of the best teams you've played on, whether you name the team, but maybe paint a picture of what that looked and felt like to you as a teammate.
Yeah, when I hear clarity, clarity brings power. But when I think about incredible teams that I played on, I think about my first Michigan State team that won the Big Ten championship in 2010, and the way that the seniors led. Those seniors led. Kirk Cousins was the quarterback, but we had Mark Dell, B.J. Cunningham, Keyshawn Martin. Those were the receivers. It was just incredible leadership, but the culture was everything. Coach D had really built that culture. And what really speaks out is that, you know, you can really see how good your culture is in terms of adversity. I don't think we started off 3-0, and, you know, we beat Notre Dame on a fake field goal in overtime. And, you know, that night, Coach D has a heart attack. How do you respond?
Yes.
We get closer. We go on to basically win every game that year. I forgot who we lost to. Oh, we lost to Iowa. We lost to Iowa at Iowa. But, you know, Coach D goes down and he's out for a couple weeks, and it's like, how do we respond? And our team, we picked up our performance. We picked up our play. The leadership was incredible. You know, usually when the head coach is out, you never know how things are going to respond or how you're going to respond to adversity. And we became a tight-knit group. Went on, go on to win the Big Ten championship or share the Big Ten championship. And we played Alabama in the bowl game. It wasn't a good bowl game, but, you know, it was our first time and our first taste of success. And then, you know, the culture carries over. And we go in 11-3 the next year, and we beat Georgia in the Outback Bowl.
Yeah.
We have an up and down year, and then we come back from my senior year, and it was just like, hey, like, this is, you know, we had an incredible senior class that had tasted some success, but we're coming off a 7-6 year. How are we going to respond? And here we go. And only team in Big Ten history to win every Big Ten game by 10 or more points. You know, we won every game by double digits that year, my senior year, but the culture was incredible. And it wasn't a culture in terms of the coaches telling the players what to do. It was players coaching players.
Yes.
The accountability was incredible.
Yes.
You know, we're having tough conversations. We're having critical conversations, but we're not making people feel down. We're building people up. It's feed forward, not feedback. We were feeding forward, and it was incredible. And we were clicking on all cylinders. You know, Ohio State they had won 24 straight. We played them in the Big Ten championship, but I knew we weren't going to lose that game. Darqueze Dennard gets up and speaks right before he speaks right before we're getting ready to leave for Lucas Oil. And there wasn't a dry eye in there in terms of what he said. I'll never forget the words that he said. I won't say them on camera, but
yes, he
had this incredible speech. I was like, oh yeah, we're going to win this game. Similar to, you know, when I was playing with the Broncos and Peyton spoke the night before, I was like, oh yeah, we're going to win. But those cultures, it was, you know, people loved. It was a collective mindset, not just individual mindsets, but it was a collective mindset. There was psychological safety for people to be themselves and share vulnerabilities, but pick one another up. When I got to Denver, that was a game changer in terms of like what standard was. You know,
yeah, share more about that.
Yeah, you're building a culture at Michigan State. Coach D did an incredible thing. Mel Tucker's doing it right now.
Oh my gosh,
building incredible culture. When you get to the pros, though, it's totally different. We're getting paid. The attention to detail is crazy. I walked into the Broncos facility the first day, 2 Super Bowl trophies right there, right when you walk into the locker room, you see them. So you know the standard is already set, like, hey, this is what we're here for. And then you have Peyton Manning, who just got to Denver maybe 2 years before that. They're coming off the Super Bowl loss against Seattle. So he's pissed. The entire organization's pissed because they got embarrassed. But the standard was set. And Peyton, it's like hiring a great CEO, such as yourself. It's business. When you're in there, it is business. And Peyton was like ready to go. He was dialed in. He was getting to know people. I mean, came up to me first day, hey, Benny, you know, happy to have you on the team. Let's get to work. And it was like, wow, like he already knows my name. Similar to Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Eli Manning, the other quarterbacks that I played with, like they take the time to get to know, especially the people who they're throwing the ball to, regardless if you're undrafted or not.
Yes.
But that standard was set, and it was a culture of performance. We are here to perform. We are here to be the best. And now when I look back at it, I think, the reason why it was is because you don't have any time to waste. You can get hurt. Not only that, you're playing in front of TV, and then Peyton was 38.
Oh yeah.
You knew his career was coming to an end. Maybe you didn't know it was going to be the next couple of years. It could have been 4 or 5 years, whatever
Sure.
it may be. But it was a finite amount of time, and there was no stone left unturned. Same thing with Drew. Eli. It was the culture in the NFL. Good culture. It sticks out right away. And you can see it on the field in terms of attention to detail and how you're winning games.